Girl. Okay, so what I do not like about this microphone is that the receiver doesn't have the plug that I can plug the phone and charge the phone and use the receiver at the same time. It's a different plug. And the plug is short and my connector is down here. My USB connector is down here. So I'm going to have to get a little longer cord to charge this at the same time because the lightning cable for the iPhone doesn't fit into the socket for this receiver. So it says I only have 20 minutes, so I need to stop telling you about this receiver. And I wanted to read some of those comments that we didn't actually get to read any of them because of the majority of those comments were in the last 30 minutes of the video that I was making yesterday. And so we'll talk about that until I guess the battery dies, honey. So, um, the comment now has over 1,300 likes and over 205 replies. And let me go down to, I wanted to read you this one guy. He had a lot to say. A lot of these men have a lot to say, and it's really sad. And I'm glad I'm able to come back here today because I have a little bit more, I'm a little bit more calmed down than today. Than yesterday. And this is just, back to this idea of protecting your image so much that you end up protecting violent and degenerate behavior. And I think that is where a lot of Black people misstep. I honestly believe that's where a lot of Black people misstep because you overlook the degeneracy and you only are connecting or tethered to the Black identity. And it's like, and in that you are accepting or approving or being complicit when someone should be, deemed a murderer or put in jail or taken off the streets in whatever capacity that looks like. And you also tethered to that's why I say you have to get out of the race vortex. You so tethered to your race that you'll excuse degenerate behavior just because a person looks like you. And then you ask yourself, why is our community in shambles? Because you excuse violent, degenerate behavior just because the person is Black. And I'm just not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the men whose identity is so tethered to Blackness and maleness that whenever you make a critique of them, they will stand up and stand in front of and defend a murderer, a rapist, someone who has harmed another person, someone who has been violent to another person. I'm gonna have to move. Girl, it's nothing. Hold on a second. I just said the sun is not out, and so it's not going to be hitting me in the face. But but the sun said, "Girl, I have a plan for you." We're just going to move our studio. Come on, mobile studio. We're just going to move it over here. Are we still in the sun? Perfect. Let's see. All right, perfect. We get behind the tree. It says, not true. We protect and provide for our wives and children, not the women we don't know. Sir, the research says that women are killed by people they know. So you're not protecting them. It's literally simple math. And that is a way, like I was saying yesterday, it's a way to get you trapped into some relationship in this dynamic. You're not protecting and providing for our wives and children, not women we don't know. Nobody's asking. Nobody thinks that you have the capacity to protect somebody that you don't know, be it a woman, a child, or whatever. We know y'all don't have the capacity, and nor do you care. But the study and the research that we're talking about is Black women, when they are killed, more than likely it's by someone they know. So if you tell us you only protect women you know, but the studies show that's not happening, what should we go by? The pile of dead pregnant women or you? Girl, ain't nobody defending no murderer. I can see you just hate men. I'm a kindly exit because I ain't arguing with you. I'll interact with women who love and appreciate real black men. Well, then go interact with them. There's plenty of them. That's the problem now. You're also busy trying to interact and change the women who don't want to have anything to do with y'all, who want to be far away from y'all, and who are on their path warning everyone that will, in the sound of their voice, who will hear them about the way that you all show up in relationships with women. Just because there's groups of women who are like, no way, I stay away from y'all as a gender, as a black gendered person. I'm not going to hang around with y'all because the studies show when we're in proximity to you, our lives are threatened. When we are in proximity to you, our lives are threatened. How do you promote literally a false idea that the person that they say that you're most likely to be killed by is also the person that's going to protect and provide for you? What? Tell me how it makes sense. You tell me how it makes sense for you to market these intimate partnerships as you want to find you a man to protect and provide for you. But then there are studies after studies that tell you women who are killed, especially black women, 3 times more likely when they are killed, it is by someone they know. And that person they know is usually an intimate partner. Yes, the same person you told her to go find to protect and provide for her is the same person that killed her. Let me go down and read some more comments. Some of these comments are so, the way that they read, like the grammatical errors, it's just a lot. Here, let me go down. I'm gonna go. There's more recent comments. I wish I could see the recent comments. Hold on, let me go down. Go back down. Must be the men you guys are dealing with. Tell that to the dead woman on the side of the road, sir. What the fuck are you talking about? Shouldn't you be worried about the pay gap? Shouldn't you be worried about filling out a motherfucking job application? You grossly underemployed motherfucker. Y'all be dragging yourselves. Y'all be really setting yourselves up for the drag of your life. Go find a job. Then we could talk about a pay gap. A pay gap is gendered. Have you noticed? First, it's gendered. Then it's by race. So you as a man, of course, you're going to make more than a woman. But do you work? Do you work? Are you gainfully employed? Not from the statistics. I know y'all don't understand statistics and are allergic to statistics and facts because you want everybody to reside in an upside down delusional patriarchy. That's what y'all want. And y'all want to silence anyone who's warning the girls who haven't come into the awareness, into the level of the game where they see that all of this shit is a lie. And a lot of people who are participating are lying to y'all. Lying. Shouldn't you be worried about the pay gap? Hello? Shouldn't you be worried about women outpacing men in a patriarchy? You're the only group of men that the women that are considered their counterparts, the female group of you, are about to outpace you, sir. Shouldn't you be worried about a pay gap? It's a gap in your motherfucking pay. $39,000 a year. Go find a job and become gainfully employed. Somebody said, looking at your face, I see why you're so upset. They don't have a profile picture. There's nothing you can say about this mug that's going to make me believe you when you say that it's what? After looking at your face, you see why I'm so upset. I ain't upset. And then it's crazy because you think somebody is upset because of the mistreatment of women, as if you're not supposed to be upset when you're discussing women or people being mistreated. I can see why you're so upset looking at your face. Look at this mug, honey. What the fuck are you talking about? While you don't have a profile picture. A woman said, y'all unalive each other for being on the wrong side of town. Robbery, jealousy, all types of SH. That has nothing to do with women. Get the F out of here. Y'all wreak havoc on your communities and enjoy. It's so crazy how y'all are scared of each other, but you want a woman to seek refuge in you. But it's a false sense of refuge, because when I watch these people online talk about their marriages, the pregnant women online talking about how their husbands, remember I talked about it yesterday, how their husbands show up. The women who talk about when the baby actually comes into play, how the men act, how the men weaponize incompetence. And because you want to get it done right away, you end up doing it. And that was the goal, for you to end up doing it. You're doing all this labor, but then you tell people they should get married. When Keke Palmer showed up pregnant, everybody, oh, you didn't get married. She didn't get married. What is that shit the pick me say? Marry before you carry. Girl, what the fuck does that mean? That means it's gonna be harder to get away. Because eventually, in 8 years on average, you're gonna want to get away. Somebody said go look at the stat. They don't want to read the stats. The stats doesn't support the fantasy. The stats don't support the fantasy. And you know it doesn't support the fantasy, because with all the social scores, the social grades that these particular group of men have, and the women still waiting in line. Jeannie Mai was down to the internet talking about Jeezy cheated on her. You know, there was somebody in the comments saying she sounds bitter. How do you all expect for a person to feel after they've been mistreated? Are they just supposed to not feel any type of ill feelings, anger, frustration? You don't think that? Bitterness? You don't think that? Y'all act like you tell somebody that, oh, they're bitter, as if it's not righteous. A lot of these people and women, they have a right to be upset. They have a right to be bitter. They have a right to walk away from a group of people who they have been sold a lie about. You've been sold a lie. You can't tell a group of women to go look to those men as protectors and providers. Oh, but you know what? If something happens to you, more than likely that protector and provider did it to you. More than likely. But go. Marry before you carry. Make it more difficult to get away from him, girl. Make it more difficult to. Which men are you talking about? Because the men I know, the men you know, this is what I said yesterday. The lady gave an example of grapes, a bowl of grapes. One of these grapes has arsenic in it. Arsenic, right? Lethal, can kill you if you eat it. But I'm going to put this grape that is injected with arsenic in this bowl of other grapes that look just like it. I'm going to mix it up. And then I'm going to tell you, not all grapes, go ahead and pick one. Not all grapes, not all of us. Let me go ahead and pick one. What is the likelihood of you still trying to find and trying to avoid the arsenic? What are your chances? What do you think that's going to turn out to be? You think one thing y'all have to understand is when you call out your brothers and your fathers and your uncles, ask the women that they are in relationship with. Because not only are, because a lot of what we're talking about is when you're in intimate relationships with these people. Yes, a lot of women are abused by other men in their families, their fathers, their brothers, their uncles, but they say it's an intimate partner, not only just someone you know who is a man, but an intimate partner who is likely a man. Let's not put everyone in the same category. They're all grapes, honey. All of them are grapes. One of them has arsenic. Go find you that good man, girl. Go find you. Try to avoid the ones with arsenic. They all look the same. Go, go, go find it. Go find it. Go look for Waldo, girl. Not all men. Well, it's most. If it's not all, it's most. Because you can't tell people all over the globe who are having these experiences and act like they're the only ones having the experiences where all these women are having the same stories. It's literally gaslighting. It's literally saying what is happening and these experiences that all these thousands of women are talking about, that's just because they chose the wrong man. What? How are you going to tell a morgue full of dead women that they should have just chose the right man? Do you think that women enter into relationships with the awareness that this person could possibly kill you? Do you think that women who are, that's why, it's minor, but it's literally why Megan Thee Stallion lied. How do you sit in your community and say, yes, the man who shot me, I also had relationships. I had a sexual relationship with him. He didn't care enough about me or my body. He doesn't care enough about you or your body. You are literally a mattress. Literally a mattress. What did that group of men call it? Pump and dump? You're a mattress with a hole in it, honey. They're just going to lay on top of you, do their thing. They don't even care if you come off, get off. There's statistics that support that too. And yet and still, you search and seek and trek, trying to be in relationships with these people with the delusion that I'm going into this relationship because I want to be protected and provided for. So are you going to take into account that when women are killed, they're more than likely killed by the person they know? What do you do with that new information? How do you process that information? How do you say, I really have been sold a lie? I've been sold a lie to enter into relationships that probably mean my life. And these men stand in front of people who harm women because they want you to be able to fall into those traps too, so that they can turn around and tell you, girl, maybe it's just the men you choose. It says this is true for any woman in any demographic, not just Black women. But that's who we're talking about today. Don't all lives matter the situation? It's all women. It's not just Black women. All women who are killed are more than likely killed by someone they know or intimate partner. Yes, but it says that the Black woman is 3 times likely for that to be the case. Disproportionate, because not only does the domestic violence that ensues and ends up being fatal come from the man, what they say, being unemployed, and then you look at the group of men who are grossly unemployed, that's the lot you're choosing from. This is the lot you're choosing from. Do not allow anyone to shame you for wanting to seek a person who financially is on the same level as you. There's no way you should be making 6 figures, 120, and then dating somebody making $30,000 and $40,000. Y'all are in really, honestly, 2 different classes, but your identity is so tethered to the race that you think you should partner with them. And they're telling you that these group of men who are underemployed, telling you the education don't matter, they're harmful. This is they're actually telling you these are lots of men. The ones who are grossly underemployed, do not do that. Don't go over there with them. Find out. If they're telling you college ain't shit, you don't need to be around that man. If they're oh my job, they are satisfied in their mediocre jobs. You don't and you are a go-getter and you're ambitious. You don't want to partner with somebody who doesn't have the same ambition as you. That shit is exhausting. If you've ever been in a relationship where you have more ambition than the person that you're with, that it literally feels like you have a brick tied to your ankle. It does. You really feel like you dragging somebody. Let me read another comment. These comments are really telling. And it's like all these men who are in the comment, they believe that they are good men. They believe that because one thing that they believe is because they exist, they are deserving of. And that's a lie. That's another lie. That's why when you're walking anywhere, they're telling you to smile. Why are you not smiling? Don't you see a man talking to you? You should be smiling. You should be happy, girl. A man is talking to you. Oh, I hope I wasn't, girl, this mic, honey. We gonna get it right. It's new. It's a new one. Hopefully it's not muffled or anything. Hopefully I wasn't muffled that whole time. Not mine. My black man is a provider and protector in every sense. Thankful to God for creating me an amazing man. And I hope he's emotionally mature that if you ever get in an argument, he doesn't lose control and wrap a pair of gray sweats around your neck and compress your neck to the point where you can't breathe. I hope that never happens to you. But if you ever wind up dead, the likelihood of that perpetrator is your husband. It's high. It's high. So be careful what you say. You better realize the measurement of the man that you're in proximity with, my dear. And I hope you never make him mad enough for him to lose control and lose all sense of and his faculties and just harm you. I hope that's never your story. But there's so many women. How many of you have had a man and was like, my man is a good man. That's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man. And then it turned out he wasn't so great. So be mindful when you're sitting at the mountaintops with your bugle, telling everybody how great your man is. Be mindful. All men are not the same, Miss Lady. Your statement is not true. I love woman I'm with and would give my life for her. I said, you're literally under a post of a man killing a pregnant woman. Who are you defending? Tell that to the dead woman dragged out of a car and laid on the side of the expressway. Tell her it's just the man you're choosing, ma'am. It's time to admit that under a system of patriarchy, men were given a role that they are unable to fulfill. You were told it is a natural role for a man to protect and provide, and it's not. That is not your divine purpose. It is not your role just because you have a penis. That is why women shouldn't look to you or other men for that purpose, because you as a whole are unable to protect and provide. You all kill each other, and even more than you kill women. So as we reside under a system of patriarchy where men for thousands of years have exploited and harmed women, why today are we looking to the same group of people to protect us who have harmed us over generations? This is insanity. That's my comment to a man. I said, your ego is so fragile that someone's mouth can lead you to losing all control of yourself and killing them. This is why when we discuss the pathology of black men, we say something about you is inherently violent. Because go back and read your comment where you are justifying murder just because someone said something to another person. You're weak. I said, type in Google intimate partner violence plus black women. I know you haven't read anything since the 7th grade. Please Google that and read the stats. How are you denying statistics that exist? This person says, so let me get this straight. Violence is a one-way street. And they're really trying to really trying to figure out a way to say, women kill men too. Yes, they do. I've seen Snap. There's a whole series about women killing their intimate partners. And that still doesn't measure to the amount of men who kill the women that they are in relationships with. It still doesn't measure up. Yes, women kill men. Yes, women pay people to kill their husbands. Yes, they do. But it still does not compare to the amount of men who have killed women. It doesn't. This man said that women are the greatest threat to men. Yes, you know why? Because we are telling women like me is a threat to men because we're telling women, hey, 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 don't go over there, girl. You're likely to end up with some wounds and some imprints that you can't take off of you. Be very careful. Let me tell you why. And then let her tell you why, and 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 her tell you why. Let these thousands of women tell you why you shouldn't go over there. That's why they want to silence the fem cells. That's why they want to silence the feminist, because they are warning you that the men you seek protection from are really the wolf waiting to devour you energetically, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, jealous. And then when they're underemployed and you partner with them, they jealous and they resent you. And then you get in an argument, and the only way that they can exert power over you is to what? Delete you out of here. I'm gonna take your ass completely out. I'm gonna show you who the man is. I'm gonna use sheer violence and end your fucking life. But come to me because I'm your protector and your provider. Come on. It says we can expect that from certain people, but y'all are the same, as well as my sister and girlfriend. But continue your bashing because you made bad choices. These failed men and women are hilarious. Stop forcing this crap on people. Everybody is not about the alphabet life. And they assume that when you are warning women to stay away from these groups of men, that you must be gay, because there's no other way that you can be warning a woman to not partner with us unless you are a homosexual, because otherwise you should be promoting her partnering with us, even though you know the stats, even though you've seen the number, even though you have anecdotal evidence, even though. So be quiet. We want y'all to be quiet. It says it's crazy because black women are raising these men. So I don't get it. Who's to blame besides the one that taught you? Because you, sir, where did you learn how to be a degenerate fuck? Your mother and father? Or did the den of wolves waiting for you in community help you shape your consciousness and your opinions and your ideologies? Who helped? Your mom and dad did? You're going to blame the way that you're interacting with me in a digital space, how ignorant you are, on your mother? Where did you learn that? You learned how to engage with women from your mother in this way? Are you telling me that? Your mother is to blame? No, it's the community of men you're in who's to blame. Where did you get the idea that, oh, I need to respond to a pregnant woman being killed with, well, women kill men too? Your mom taught you that? Who taught you how to defend your gender and your blackness sight unseen? Who taught you that? Your mom? The status for all women, not just black women. If you hate black men, just say that. Girl, shut up. I said, who raised you? Parental influence has the least impact on boys who grow into men and go out into the world. How do all these men have these you think that the men with all your misogynistic views, that you learned your misogyny from your mama? Is that what you're telling me? You learned how to hate women from your mom? Is that what y'all are telling me? Y'all are telling me y'all learned how to engage violently, disrespectfully with women. You've learned that from your mother? Okay.
I just, girl, stop.
Men and other wolves like you are waiting to infect the brains of these young men as they seek to find community. You all lay in wait. How did your mind get infected? Your mother raised you? Who infected your brain? Your mother did that to you? Stop blaming women for your violent nature in resolving conflict. Those are your actions. My point is, you are not a protector or a provider, while you say you only protect what's relative to you, because y'all end up killing them. Y'all need to stop trying to partner with women when you clearly hate them. You are on a post defending a warning message to women. What? You don't want women to be warned? Oh, so you can infect and traumatize her? You men are weak and unsuitable for partnership. You only belong in community with other men. And after you commit those violent acts of aggression that lead to the death of women, you end up where you need to be, in a community of motherfucking men behind concrete and bars, bitch. That's where y'all really want to be, in communities with other men. And a lot of you find your way there by killing a woman, harming a woman, raping a woman. That's where y'all really want to be, in community with each other. Stop killing women to be in community with each other. Stop raping women. Stop harming little girls and women and little boys. Stop. That's where y'all really want to be. The way that you've engaged in these comments don't show that your parents raised you correctly. Maybe they raised you correctly, but the way you are showing up is incorrect. Maybe you think they raised you correctly, and the way that you engage with women online, dismiss a woman's murder by saying, not all men, girl. Oh, good. We are glad that not all of you are murderers. We're glad. But we don't know who the murderers are. A lot of you are grapes filled with arsenic. Nobody knows. It's literally a woman's life risk. She risked her life to partner with you. It's not a risk worth taking. I'm sorry. And I'm going to tell women and young women, don't take that risk. It's really not a risk worth taking, but some of you will, because some of you have to learn the lessons by actually having the experience. And hopefully in your quest to find partnership, you don't seek and find the person who will end your life. And that's real. That's real. And it sounds harsh because death, what is harsh? When somebody takes your life, the person you were laying down with, boo, bay killed you. Girl, what the fuck? I'm gonna warn every motherfucking body. And y'all just gonna have to be mad about it. Y'all just gonna have to be mad. Every woman in under the sound of my voice, every young woman especially. I'm gonna warn them. Girl, no. Don't go over there. He makes how much? He stopped going to school. Why? He wants to be a rapper. Girl, what? No. How much does he make? No, those are not the men you want to be in community with. And then, and like literally, Iyanla, they are really setting you up in a trap. Come over here and accept a man who doesn't make as much as you. Come over here and let him just pay a light bill. Come over here so you can be trapped in a relationship with a man who, off top, is going to resent you. Off top, has been socialized to disagree with you. Off top. Now you in a relationship with him. I'm going to warn the girls. Some man said, I've been married. Girl, the other phone died. So I'm just down here to say, ladies, just be careful. I mean, that's all I can say is be careful. If you're a woman who seeks to be in a relationship with a man and you believe a man's divine purpose is to protect and provide for you and pay all the bills and all this other bullshit, be very mindful, because there's a lot of ways that you can end up trapped in in a situation. And women don't go, no one goes into a relationship. I mean, some of these niggas go into a relationship to use and extract from you and to just really siphon from you. But most women don't go into relationships thinking they are going to be in a relationship with somebody that can possibly kill them. But when we look at the numbers, that's what it says. So just be very cautious and be mindful and look for the signs and stay in community, because a lot of the ways that a lot of the ways that, you know, the number one way to get you in an abusive situation is to isolate you, right? To get you to, oh, I don't like your friends, I don't like your mom, and that's all of the stuff to get you away. And because women are taught to take on the identity of a man in their relationships, and to take on all his interests, to just be like so involved and know everything about him. We saw those TikToks of those men who didn't know their children's middle names, who didn't know their children's birthdays, who didn't know their children were allergic to things. We saw those things where the man didn't know his daughter's birthday. We saw that kind of stuff. So you just got to be mindful, because the way that it's just the way that we've been socialized. They take you, you know everything about them, they don't know nothing about you. And then you're functioning in these relationships like mules, like literal mules. And then you're telling other women, marry before you carry. Girl, what the fuck? So I could be a mule like you? Oh, you want company. I see you, misery. You want company, girl. I got it. But I'm just saying, I need to end this video. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Put your oxygen mask on first and center yourself. Prioritize your needs over any man in your life. Prioritize your needs first. Is this bitch recording? Because this is a new microphone. I need to make sure. Did y'all hear what I said? All right, y'all. Take it easy. Take that easy. Peace.